Hello everyone, my name is Kayla Grace and welcome to my channel. To start out with those generic introductions, I am a recent graduate from Gardner-Webb University. I majored in marketing and I minored in English. I'm a 22-year-old who just moved from North Carolina to South Carolina, mainly for a job. I got a job working for a company and I'm doing a lot of their marketing stuff and a lot of content creation, which I really love because I grew up watching YouTube. Of course, I grew up when TikTok and Instagram were becoming more of a thing, and so I really just love making videos and I love watching videos. Some of my favorite YouTubers right now, I would have to say number one is Brianna K. She is like such a comfort YouTuber for me, but I also love watching Haley Pham, Destiny Sidwell, Sarah Caroli. I'm trying to think if there's anyone off the top of my head that I watch very often. I don't think there is. Those are my, main people that I watch. I love reading. I mainly read fantasy books. I'm starting to get into fiction as well. I read The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, so I guess that's more historical fiction, but I really loved that book. So I'm hoping maybe I can find something similar to that. A little bit of a background on my reading journey. So I always liked reading in, middle school and elementary, but when I got into high school, it kind of felt like a chore. We're assigned to read these things, and my teacher was always telling me, if you read, you'll be smarter than everyone else or something crazy like that. And there was just a lot of pressure around it, so it wasn't really enjoyable. And it wasn't until the Shadow and Bone series came out on Netflix. I watched that show and I absolutely loved it, and I found out that there's a book series tied to that. So the first series that I really read was the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and I loved it. And then I read the Six of Crows duology. Unpopular opinion, I actually don't like the Six of Crows series that much, and I might have to go back and reread it potentially, because I was reading it early on in my reading journey, so that could also have played a factor in liking it or not. I'm not really sure. I mean, those are like 600-page books, so that's pretty hefty for a newer reader. But after that, I started, reading more. So I have read ACOTAR, like the trilogy of ACOTAR, just the first 3 books, and I really loved that. That was my introduction to Sarah J. Maas. And then I have read the Throne of Glass series, which I hope to make a video talking about that soon. That was kind of the second, or maybe the third biggest series that I've read. Since reading Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass series, I've been trying to expand my horizons, because right now, because I didn't read as much throughout high school or middle school, I don't have a huge backlog of books that I've read, and I'm still trying to find my taste and trying to find what I like. So hopefully I'll get to do that with you guys. Having a YouTube channel is always something that I've wanted to do, and now that I understand a little bit more about marketing strategy and ways to plan and film these things, I'm excited to hopefully execute that. I really want to treat this channel as a creative outlet for me. I don't want it to feel like a second job or anything, and I really hope that you find the content that I post on here comforting and fun and something that you can just throw on in the background on a cozy day kind of vibes. I am a Christian, so I hope that I can tie that into this channel a little bit and just be a light, and hopefully you'll come away from my content feeling joyful and not weighed down. I know sometimes I find myself doom scrolling on TikTok and I feel so weighed down by the content that I'm watching, or the things that come up on my For You page, and that is not my goal on this channel at all. I plan to post vlogs, pretty much just slice of life content. I couldn't really find a niche because there's so many different things that I love. I would definitely describe myself as a hobby collector. I have recently been learning how to sew, which going along with that, one of the YouTubers that I watch for that is Sydney Graham, and then Sewing with Solana, and then there is this one cute girl on TikTok, and her handle is Carms, but she just sews the cutest things, and she's so precious. I really love her content too. So definitely check them out. I feel like I'm giving so many shout outs, but I'm hoping that me giving you these examples kind of gives you an insight of the kind of content that I like to watch and hopefully like to post. Anyways, so very slice of life content. Since I'm a hobby collector, I might even, have some videos of me sewing or doing random craft projects that I come up with, or, just daily life. I do work in 8 to 5, so my days are pretty busy, so a lot of what I'm posting is going to be from the weekends and things that I do on the weekend. I'm definitely a person of routine. I like my routines. I get the same order from 7 Brew every time I go. Why, fix something that isn't broke? I kind of switch it up at Starbucks actually, because we had Starbucks at our school and you get sick of having the same thing every day. So right now my Starbucks order is just this whipped cream vanilla cold brew, iced, because why would it never not be iced? Anyways, going along with the routine, I really like putting something on that I've already seen before because it's less stressful for me to watch. But I have been watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. I haven't read the books. Please don't sue me. I am Team Conrad, so I know he wins in the end. I know he wins. So I've been watching that. Yeah. I have a weird obsession with fried pickles. I love fried pickles. I really didn't like them until college, and now every restaurant that I go to, I'm like, do they have fried pickles? Let's get the fried pickles. Tell me. Okay, there is nothing better than fried pickles and a cup of ranch. I'm sorry. They're so good. And if you don't like them, that's crazy. I get it, but that's wild. So, big fried pickle girly. My favorite season is fall. I love the fall. It is finally starting to feel like fall, and I'm actually so excited. It's just the cozy warmness, the colors changing, the weather, the crisp autumn air. Yes, please. It's also when you can listen to Fleetwood Mac. Like, I feel like you can only listen to Fleetwood Mac like during this time of the year. And anytime that I listen to Fleetwood Mac outside of this time of year, I'm thinking about this time of year. So I'm so excited. I feel like my brain doesn't abide by like January as a new year, like new things. Like my brain abides by like school calendar. So like when it's the fall, August, September, that's when my brain is like resetting and like redoing my goals and all the things. And that's kind of how I've been operating the last couple weeks, because I knew this was coming up, and so I'm getting so excited because, oh my gosh, my squirrel friend. Okay, this is a side note. This is like scatterbrained. I have 2 squirrels that frequently come to my porch because I have a bird feeder, and I named them Chip and Dale, which is like so obvious as to why I named them Chip and Dale, but recently only Chip has been coming by. Like, there has been no sign of Dale, and so I think that Dale has not with us anymore or something. Maybe they got into an argument. Anyways, I just saw that. I totally don't even remember what I was talking about. Fall. I love the fall. It's the best. Oh my gosh, I'm watching a spider kill a bug in its web. That's another thing. Okay, I moved to this apartment. I live alone, okay? It's either like living in Jurassic World or it's like living in an oasis, okay? I have had 2 southern house spider encounters, okay? One of them was outside. Please do not get mad at me, but I did kill it. because it was the size of a tarantula. It was like, it gave me chills every time I looked at it, and I couldn't go outside. I couldn't even enjoy my rinse portion of the porch because there was a ginormous tarantula on my screen door. If you don't know what a southern house spider is, look it up and look up the biggest version that they have of it on the internet somewhere, because that's what was on my door, and I was terrified. I was terrified. And then yesterday, or maybe it was like the day before yesterday, I saw one peeking out of my light in the kitchen. And then I was going around with my vacuum, vacuuming the corners because there's cobwebs everywhere and I'm constantly trying to like get rid of them. And so I was vacuuming with my little thing, and I went to go vacuum around the light, and then the legs were peeking out of it, and I was like, oh. And then I tried to like suck it in, but it went hid in the light. And so then the next day, yesterday morning, I had to kill it, and it took like half a can of Raid to take it down. Anyways, that's the Jurassic Park portion. There's also thousands of spiders everywhere that I'm constantly having to kill, or the easiest way that I do it is just sucking it up with a vacuum. But I hate spiders. I hate them so much. And I try not to kill them if they're outside. Like, I will try not to. I know I killed that one out there. But listen, I replaced it with life, okay? Because once that spider was gone, I could go back outside. And I hung up 2 plants. And one of my plants, a bird came and laid its nest in there. And I got to watch the whole egg cycle. It laid its eggs, and then I watched the babies hatch. And now there's like 4 babies that are grown up now. They're like teenagers, and they come and eat from my bird feeder. So I may have took that one life, but I gave like 4 other lives, okay? So that's my way of justifying, you know, whatever that was. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy my channel. Please like and subscribe if this content sounds at all interesting to you. I hope that if you stay that you'll be comforted and feel all the positive feelings. And with that being said, peace and love.